What is up, guys? It is your boy the Monkey coming to you from Concerned Political. Excuse me, I'm kind of sick. We got so much to cover today. I've been gone for like months and months and months. We got so much stuff we gotta cover. There's so much news, there's so much stuff that we gotta do, and I'm just so excited for it right now. So we gotta start off with something that's a little recent in the news, and it's kind of sad to talk about. Yesterday, as of when I'm speaking, there was a terrorist attack in London on a train. Suspect is believed is an 18-year-old who's believed to be motivated by radical Islam. The bombing, no one died, but 29 people were injured in the explosion and in the following stampede. The entire bomb did not explode, so there's that. So that's the kind of thing that happened down there in England. I don't really have any more information other than that to give you guys. If I do have any more information, I'll make sure to put it down in the comments section or tweet it out on Twitter. Moving on from there, I'd like to just say a couple of things regarding this channel first before I get into any more news. First, I don't give a flying fadoodle fuck what anyone says on this channel. You can go ahead and express all your political views. I'm not going to delete any comments whatsoever on this channel. I'm not going to censor anybody, nothing. The only comments I will delete is if there's any bots trying to fucking give you free gift cards. Fuck those guys. What I have here with this channel is I'm just basically trying to piss the world off, if you know what I mean. I want to insult every single race, ethnicity, gender, religion, all of it. Why? Very simple, because it needs to happen. People need to be triggered in this world. Alright, moving on. Talking about triggering, we're going to trigger our first group today, and that group is liberals. Now, when we talk about liberal getting triggered, it's not very hard to do that. All I have to do is paint my face black or say something stupid like all lives matter. How did this liberal movement come into fruition? How did it happen? How did it get made? Now let me tell you something. What if I told you I had information that would lead to the indictment, the arrest, all that crap of hundreds of thousands of people, from manufacturers to principals to deans to the government to presidents? Ladies and gentlemen, I know how liberalism came to be in this country. It's very simple. It comes from the colleges, right? We all know that. It comes from the colleges, but how, right? How does it come from the colleges? Having one person brainwash another is pretty difficult to do, especially when they're adults, right? But what if there's a chemical that every student has that could change their mind, that is government regulated? I know you know exactly what I'm thinking about. And yes, pencils. Pencils, the graphite, specifically the graphite in the pencils, is what's making people be liberal. It only makes sense, people. It only makes sense. Could you imagine if there was no graphite in this pencil, if it was lead, like how it's supposed to be, like how it's marketed to be? We would live in a world where everyone is tough and strong and not liberal. And if you think about it, who uses pencils the most? Not just students, but who uses pencils the most? Artists, right? With all their drawing and shading. And who's the most liberal? Artists. It only makes sense, guys. This is the kind of stuff that you will never find anywhere else. The government doesn't want you knowing about this, but I do. Got our crazy conspiracy theory out of the way. I'd like to reposition that real quick. I'd like to move on to some more news. Now, one of the big stories that's consumed YouTube and social media over the past couple of weeks, couple of days actually, is PewDiePie saying nigger or nigga. I forget which fucking one he said. And if you're triggered by that, then you're a pussy. Very simple. Everyone has said the N-word at one point or another. It's not a black thing, okay? It's stupid to say it is, because these are people who are using that word and selling it to white people, right? You're making music with this word. You're making posters with this word. You're making art with this word, and if it's in the public exhibition, if it's in the public eye, then it's not yours anymore. Okay, that's just not how this works. All right, you can't just call one motherfucker a motherfucker, have another motherfucker overhear it, and then have both of those motherfuckers not be able to say motherfucker back to you. That's the kind of shit that makes no sense to me. A little shameless plug right now. Go ahead and go over to the Monkey Reviewer channel, which will be linked somewhere in this general area. And go ahead and go on to Infowars.com for some of the greatest products and some of the greatest news reporting in the history of the world. It is the greatest news source. Believe me, it's great. Next story. We got to talk about the giant orange Cheeto that's president of the United States. Now, I'm not completely against Donald Trump, okay? Contrary to popular belief, I don't have anything against the guy, right? He is a businessman. He is a racist, I guess, according to the liberals. But my problem with him is his character, right? He just can't keep his mouth shut. He can't stop talking about himself, and that's why I don't like him as president. As I'm recording this, what's in the news is he called his Attorney General Jeff Sessions, an idiot to his face, right? Making both Attorney General Jeff Sessions and White House Chief of Staff General Kelly very angry, obviously, right? And this is the kind of stuff that you just can't have from a president, right? How many people have been replaced already? Anthony Scaramucci, Sean Spicer, Reince Priebus, like half the cabinet, for fuck's sakes. It's ridiculous at this point. It shouldn't be so many people getting replaced in his cabinet. And for people who think he was going to pick the right people in the election, he's not. He's just not. And that's why I think he's just being a poor president, to be honest. Back to liberalization. I think that's going to be the topic of today's video. We live in a world where everybody just can't get triggered. You see something that pisses you off, and you immediately want that change. That's good. That's how it should be, right? If something pisses you off, you want that to change. But why the hell do some people have to go out of their way and be pissed off for others? That's not your fight. That's not your problem. That's not your. That's not what you're trying to do. You're just trying to go out there and do your thing. Right? Why the hell do you have to go fight somebody else's problem, somebody else's fight for them, even if they're not there? That makes no sense, right? And that's just the kind of thing I'm thinking of. A little bit in local news now. What we have here in Chicago, a video was recently released, and I'm just waiting for the Black Lives Matter protest to start. A video was just released of cops shooting I don't freaking know, I think it was like a 17 to 21-year-old black male, okay? He was shot in the arm and in the leg after he brandished a firearm in a vehicle after it was pulled over and threatened police. That's usually what happens when you threaten cops with a gun. You usually get shot. That's the usual conclusion to that kind of thing, right? But, while I'm on the topic of Black Lives Matter, I guess, why not? Let's just let's start pissing people off right off the bat. This shooting, the camera angles are really weird, audio is completely off, and because of that, it's led a lot of people to be skeptical. If you haven't seen the video, it will be linked down in the description below if I haven't already played it in the video. But when I'm looking at it, man, when I look at this video, I think, you know, this is a justified shooting, but is it really? Guys, I had to change the location real quick. Neighbors came out and started being assholes. No, I'm just kidding. Love my neighbors. Neighbors are great. Good neighbors. But back to Black Lives Matter. I mean, we have a situation where this group of people, they don't have any facts, right? You don't have any evidence. And the thing that pisses me off is that back in the Michael Brown shooting, they used to be pro body camera, right? All cops should wear body cameras while on duty, right? And now the Black Lives Matter, if you go to their website, they say in their mission policies they want body cameras to be gone, over and done with, right? They don't want any cops to have body cameras at all. And that to me is just ridiculous, right? Because body cameras provide the one thing that a Black Lives Matter supporter's mouth cannot, and that's called evidence. Evidence is something that cannot be disputed, right? This is something where we have people very visibly doing something right or doing something wrong. And what this means to me, at least, is, you know, we live in a society, in a world where evidence is not important. It's what you want to believe that's important. And that ultimately is what I want to do with this channel. I really want to just change the way we think about events and people and law and all this kind of stuff, to make it so that we can think about stupid shit as stupid shit, and think about debates and policies as debates of policies. This is the kind of stuff we need to change when it comes to America. We've gotten to the point where all we want to do is insult each other, talk shit to each other, and be a bunch of dickheads to each other, which is great. I love that shit, but it doesn't get anywhere, right? If your best argument for somebody calling you a racist is to call them a bigot, right? If your best argument for someone calling you a snowflake is to call them a misogynist, that's not an argument. That's not a debate. That's not political discourse. That's not trying to change the world. What that is, that's just being stupid, right? Now, believe me, what am I going to do? I'm going to call everybody fucking stupid. You're stupid, viewer. You know why? Because how dare you have your own opinions? You must have my opinions, no one else's opinions. How dare you have different ones? You know, I want to expose the government. I want to expose stupidity. I want to expose retardedness. And I want to expose snowflakes, right? And for people who think snowflakes are some sort of one-sided term, being liberals, and I'm some sort of alt-right leader or some shit, I'm not. I'm a moderate. I'm in the middle. I agree with Democrat policies and Republican policies, but I will never vote based on party. Why? Because there's no reason to vote based on being on one party, because I can't say partisan, bipartisan, whatever. Being on the side of one party is really what's led to problems in the United States. We have people who are just running for parties, people who are voting for said people running for positions in office, who don't know who they're voting for. Why? Because they see the R or the D next to their name and they vote, right? Or they hear that this person had something to do with a popular leader from said party, and all of a sudden said popular leader from said party endorses them, right? For example, here in Chicago, we have Rahm Emanuel, right, who was I think he was like a chief advisor, maybe chief of staff or something for President Obama, and people legit just voted on him based on that. They didn't care that he was a dual citizen. They didn't care that he had relations with people in Israel. He didn't care that he was corrupt up the wazoo. They still don't care that he's spent $11 million on renovation projects in the nice neighborhoods, while Chicago remains the city with the highest murder rate and one of the highest crime rates in the country, right? This is the kind of stuff that people don't care about because they see a politician with their name, with the letter that they vote for usually, and that's what they follow. And that's the kind of stuff, to me, that we need to change in this country. We need to make people stop voting partisan, right? Vote based on your values, you know what I mean? Think based on your values. I know I'm probably being dizzying because I'm walking back and forth and I'm already dizzy. It's fucking amazing. So I'm just gonna sit here and end the video. Look, alright, this is concerned political. Alright, this is the monkey. I'm not about to censor myself. I'm not about to say some stupid shit that makes no sense just to get views, right? I'm here to say stuff that makes sense to each and every single one of you people. And What I'm trying to say now is don't be a dumbass, right? Don't be an idiot. Don't be a pawn. Don't be a retard. Don't be a just don't be stupid. Don't be closed-minded, right? Stay concerned. Stay political.